All right, guys, thanks for being here on the call. Today, I'm going to talk about a little bit of what Chalene Johnson gave in the training at Coach Summit this week. So whenever I find her video that's like a good quality video that Beachbody's going to put out, I'm going to share that with our team as well, because I'm sure they're going to have that kind of recordings up at some point soon. But so that will be the original source. But until we get there, I wanted to kind of share with you the idea of curiosity marketing. And a lot of times we had been told over the years about attraction marketing, and you want to build your brand, and you want people to be drawn to you by similar interests in the way that you present yourself on social media. Well, what they have done in the last couple of years no longer really works. So Chalene Johnson, if you don't know, look her up, but she has created many multi-million-dollar businesses with her and her husband, and she is really kind of a social media guru. She's also the creator of Pio and Turbo Jam and Turbo Fire, and so she's a trainer, a celebrity trainer with Beachbody. But now she has her podcast, and her 30-day push is an amazing free resource you can look up for your business as well. She's just amazing entrepreneur. So basically, she stays up to date on the social media trends and how to really market yourself in a way that will bring you more business and get you success. So I wanted to kind of go over the points that she had in her presentation so that maybe it will help us all, because I am just as guilty as anyone else of posting in the way that everyone else posts, and just, hoping that my audience is not seeing other Beachbody coaches, because we all kind of post around about the same thing. So her thing was the basic gist of it was, don't be white noise. We are so inundated with things that are on Facebook feed and Instagram and Twitter and all this other stuff. We tend to just like scroll by. I know I do it with other companies when I see people promoting right now, like all the friends that I have with Unique are promoting a special, like sign up to be a presenter with $400 worth of product for $99. And I scroll right by it because it's the same thing over and over again. Like, I have no interest in checking out what they have to say because it's just like a promo. No offense to my Unique friends, but that's what I've been seeing in the feed constantly. So don't be the white noise. You don't want people to be scrolling past you. You want them to be stopping on what you're presenting. And so there were 3 points that she had that were rhyming. So hopefully that we can remember them, and I wrote them down anyway. But the very first one is, borrowed words are for the birds. I want to tell you a personal story about this. I would follow coaches that are higher up in our organization that I liked, that I wanted to be, I don't know that I wanted to be just like them, but I liked their style. Like I would read their posts and I'm like, man, that's good, right? And so there were times where I was running short on time and I pre-planned my post for my Run for Hope like page. And there were times where I saw something that was good, or I saw especially like posts about Shakeology, because I don't post a lot about Shakeology and I wanted to just see how successful coaches were posting. And I'd even message and be like, man, that was a great post. Do you mind if I, use it and make it my own? And of course I'd have permission to do so, and just, basically copy paste and enter my own words in a few spots. But basically the gist was their material. And, that was exactly what the very first thing she's speaking to is, don't borrow other people's words. Don't just go by other coaches that you admire, other people that you admire, and just, copy and paste what they're writing, because it's not authentic. It's not you. And you know what? I had some likes on those posts, but not a lot, because it's not me. It wasn't my original thought. And I was really just slapping something up there because I felt like I was supposed to be talking about Shakeology. I hadn't talked about it in a while. So be authentic, be you. Don't copy and paste what other people are putting out there. The second one was, don't tell me you're going to sell me. Don't tell me you're going to sell me. So again, guilty as charged. I will talk about things that are, especially like call to action posts, as we call them, at the very bottom. You want to tell them what you want them to do. Sign up here for this free group, or join my free sneak peek, or join my challenge group, talk to me about challenge pack, da 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 da. Those call to action posts tend to kind of lean into this area of don't tell me you're gonna sell me. The idea is to story tell, like talk about your experience and what it's done for you, and kind of leave it at that, kind of leave it a mystery. Well, what do you mean? Like, what is that for? In fact, I just did this on my post tonight. It was a transformation post. It's a photo collage that I've done before. It was actually from a couple weeks ago. And I reposted the same picture and then retold a new story about it, of where I was before, right after I had my second son, to just a couple weeks ago with hitting some running goals. And I have a message sitting here that I haven't responded to yet, but she says, "You've done amazing. What company are you with?" Because I didn't tell her. I didn't put it in my post of who I'm working for. So now it's allowing people to ask questions, because I'm telling them what I did. It was clean eating, it was running, it was portion control. I talked about cross training and stuff like that in my post. But I didn't tell them it was Beachbody. I didn't tell them it was Shakeology. I didn't tell them it was 21 Day Fix. I didn't tell them anything. I just said, this is what I did to get healthy. And, you can go to my sneak peek to find out more about coaching. But so it worked in the fact that now I have this message sitting here asking who I'm working with. So it's that kind of thing. Tell your story, but leave some of it to mystery. Leave some of the detail, like the very details, out, because as soon as you say, I'm a Beachbody coach and we have this Shift Shop Challenge Pack on sale for 160, da, 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 like, they have no reason to ask you any questions. They know exactly what it is that you're trying to do. You're trying to sell them. You want them to buy a challenge pack. But if you tell your story and what you're doing, that's going to make people ask questions. And that's where the magic is having them ask as many questions as possible. So this is the idea of curiosity marketing, is piquing that curiosity with your readers. So the third one was likes wear thin, questions for the win. So this is where we're leading to. You want to have not just people like your post or like your picture, which pictures matter. The picture has to be decent for people to even stop their scroll. But you don't want to just collect likes. You want to actually have conversations going. So, there are so many times that I will put up stuff on my Facebook page about my family, and that always gets more likes than anything else. But then again, I've been growing a following for 2 years too, so I have way more friends than I used to, and people are always, always interested in hearing about adoption or seeing what my kids are, or, oh, your kids are cute, whatever. Anything with me, I get likes, and that's just the way it is. And I had, I don't know what it was, like 60 likes on a picnic post or something. But when I had a call to action post, nothing. So it's not about the likes. It's about the questions. It's about what are you sparking? What's that curiosity that's coming out from the storytelling in your post? Now I'm inserting the idea of storytelling because I believe that's what sparks that curiosity. Just putting a one-liner, people scroll by. But when you tell a story, it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be, take them 10 minutes to read it, but just talk about the emotion, how you felt before, what happened, and how you felt now. You kind of sandwich that in and give them a reason to ask a question. So you're leaking out some details. Now this can be on Facebook. I primarily use Facebook, and honestly, I use my personal page more than I use my like page, but I'm going to start doing this on my like page as well, this curiosity marketing, and not just always putting call to action posts there. Even Melanie Mitro and some other top coaches have talked about, you don't have to put a call to action on every day. You do it a couple times a week. And so people are following you and they're wanting to know more details, and then you put a call to action like join my sneak peek, join my free group, ask me more details, PM me. But it doesn't have to be all the time. It can be here and there, but they're watching you. They're watching your story through the week. So leak out those details. It could be on Facebook. It could be on Snapchat. It could be on Instagram stories. It could be on whatever platform you're using. Just be consistent with this kind of marketing. So she talked about an example. So like you go out there and you put a picture of just a selfie and just be like, I love this lip color. I love this lip color. And then talk about it. And then people are going to ask you, right? They're going to ask you, well, what color is it? What brand is it? What'd you do? Da, da, da. Where'd you buy it from? Da, da, da. Right? Lip color, not a big deal. But it's asking questions. So I saw this, who was it? Somebody posted. I don't know if it was one of you guys today, or another coach, but I think it was another coach on our team, posted a selfie and talked about her workout, but then she said, oh, by the way, the shirt is from blah, 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 and named the company and tagged them in it. So it was talking about something else where you can start a conversation. But share you, don't share Beachbody. So share more about who you are and what you struggle with, what your story is, and not so much about challenge packs, program names, anything like that. Even talking about Shift Shop, like I talked about Shift Shop, and I still post, day 2 of 21 of Shift Shop today. But she's talking about talk about a high intensity and interval training program. That's what it is, or agility training. And, leave those little details out so people ask questions of what you're doing. So it says, when you post that you're trying to sell something, when they get the idea that you're trying to sell them something, they run, right? And we've experienced this, I'm sure. I know I have, and I have done it to other people. I will unfollow just as fast as I see the post. When I see that somebody is an advocate rep or there's some other rep that is opposing us, I unfollow them. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. Da, 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 da. That's what people do to us when we put up these salesy posts. So don't tell that you're trying to sell. Decision making doesn't start on Google. This is a big thing. You don't want them to just Google the information. You want them to ask you, so that you're in the driver's seat, so that you can share the details with them and they are connected with you as the information source, not somewhere else. And then make sure you're counting those questions and not the likes. So that was basically the gist of the training was, and of course she does a better job, and I will share the video when we get there, but I just feel like it's something it's something easy we can implement right now. We don't have to wait for, her video to come on or anything like that. I can share with you right now how we can change things up with our posts. And I've seen it happen across the network already, since people have heard about this curiosity marketing versus attraction marketing, or just versus selling online, because everybody is out there selling something. But what we are professional friend makers. That is our job right now, is to, just connect with people and find out what they need and invite them to do things with us that could benefit them. Find out if it does benefit them and then invite them. But in our posting, in the way that we, put ourselves out there, we need to count those questions, not the likes. We need to post in a way that is sharing our story, but not telling all the details. Encouraging posts and things that, to me, I try to look back and say, is this bringing hope to somebody? Is this, because that's my jam. Like, I want people to feel like there is something more out there for them and they can do it too. This is not just, oh, Rachel did this, or only Paxton can do this, or only Misty could do this, or Kara. This is something we want to share with people, that it is doable, accessible, and it will work for them when they want to put in the effort as well. So are posts bringing hope to other people? Are they seeing themselves in what you're writing and what you're putting out there in your live videos? Are they being able to resonate with your story and saying, oh, yeah, I feel like that right now. Like how she's saying, I feel like that. Oh, she's saying she was able to get past it through doing XYZ. Oh, well then there is hope for somebody like me, because she felt like that too. So that's our job. Our job is to make friends. Our job is not to sell online. I don't have a marketing degree, I have a business degree, but you don't have to have any kind of degree in this. You just have to be yourself. And so that is the key to all of this, is just making people ask questions about what you're doing. Tell your story. You're not selling Beachbody, you're selling you. You want people to know who you are and how you can help them. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys. It wasn't super long, hopefully short and sweet for you, and you can take something away from this and just kind of look back on your past posts and maybe just a few from this week and see how maybe you can tweak things for your next post that you put out there. And of course, you want to keep sharing your family life. You want to keep sharing your interests. You are not just a Beachbody coach. You are a mom. You are a wife. You're a friend. You're a sister. You're a daughter. You have a life outside of coaching. So share that too. Share your other interests, because that's going to attract people to ask questions as well, about your favorite lip color, or your new tennis shoes, or anything. I post about Aldi all the time. And, that kind of leads to, oh, you can buy healthy stuff at Aldi. Yeah. So just don't lose you in what you're doing. Okay. Because that's exactly what you need to be, is you. And then just invite people to do the journey with you. So does that make sense? You guys have any questions? I can unmute you. Any questions?
Mm-mm.
All right.
I'm unmuted.
Yeah, you're free to talk now. So is this helpful? Can we go back through our posts and just kind of make a pact that we're gonna share, not sell? We're gonna make people curious and count the questions instead of the likes. Does that sound good?
I really like that last one.
The last one, the questions and not likes?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're a social worker, and that's like how your brain thinks. Like you are the kind of person that thinks of the questions, which is great. Like you are the kind of person that challenges others to really dig deep and look through it. So, you're not going to be the one asking questions. Now you got to flip it around and see how can you bring out those questions in them, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited. I think we're on to something here. So thank you guys for being on the call. I won't keep you. We'll go on to the next one, and have a great night.